Alrighty. Okay, so today we're going to be talking about SOFI and also fire trucks and ambulances and police cars. In my rusty voice, I do apologize. There's noise outside. Not to mention, I also apologize once again. All I do is apologize in these videos because I pretty much have fallen into a bad streak of, broken promises. Very good song by Hatebreed, one of my favorite bands. Actually, I think it's Empty Promises, not Broken Promises. I think that's a different band. But regardless, I was actually really busy this weekend. I still owe you all a 2018, 2021 style video, my own personal opinion. If you are new here, I am a technical trader, but I've moved more so into pretty much long investing now. Technical trader throughout 2023, 24, a little bit earlier this year when it comes to day trading, swing trading, but pretty much taking a long position. So I'm holding SoFi shares in multiple accounts. This is my second account, fairly decent size from SoFi. I mean, I'm up 142%. My main account is up even more because I was buying shares in the $7, $8, and $9 range. But this account on Webull, my Webull account, I ended up purchasing these shares back in April during the Liberation Day crash, which was, if not the greatest buying opportunity for so many companies. If we get another one at the end of this year, then that's going to be a great buying opportunity. Once again, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just a stock-loving degen that has grown a lot of knowledge in the trading world. And SoFi is definitely one of those that I'm very happy that I took a long position. I've been destroyed in previous positions that I've taken. Was very much in the penny stock realm last year and the year before. Walked away with profits very luckily because a lot of people enter the penny stock realm and they get destroyed, but I have taken a lot of losses, but walked away in the green barely. So I'm very blessed and very grateful about that. But I'm moving more so into long positions right now. I'm currently holding quite a bit of long positions in multiple accounts, not just SoFi, other stocks that I would like to talk about. But I really want to dive into this one because this stock is just beyond hot. And a lot of people on YouTube, on X, they talk about pretty much like long-term investing, which is great. I believe in long-term investing, don't get me wrong. But a lot of times people miss things such as technicals. A lot of long-term traders actually are completely against talking about technicals, and I really think that's not good in my opinion, because if you're going to be long-term investing, that's great, all about it, but you have to know technicals. And I ended up going through a day trading academy, so I've learned technicals significantly over the last couple years, and technicals, learning moving averages, will give you the ability to buy shares at a very cheaper amount. By the way, if any of you all use X, I am on X. I honestly need to be more active, but I will be more active on there, especially posting videos, replying to comments. So if you are on X, definitely drop me a follow. Much love and appreciation. But okay, so right now we're viewing SoFi on the daily time frame, and their earnings happened yesterday. It was a triple beat. They beat on guidance, they beat on EPS, and they also beat on revenue. And they've been doing this now for the last 7 quarters. beating triple beat, pretty much a gold standard of an amazing earnings. Um, Typically, SoFi is very weird because if we go back, and each one of these candlesticks represents one day, but if we go back all the way, when they were in this gigantic wedge, if we zoom out, it took them a very long time. They IPO'd back in December of 2020. They were in a falling wedge up until they broke out almost 4 years later, July of 24. But you basically pretty much see from July, they were down 200%, pretty much where they created a triple top, or rather, people can argue, but I mean this run, which is really an IPO run, nothing more. But realistically, they created a very large double top, bearish, and then they finally broke out of that double top very recently, a couple months ago. So you're talking from back in November of 21, when the market's completely sold, up until July 25th. A lot of people around this stock have to go ahead and understand some things, and I've had to accept this as well too. SoFi is going to move with the economy. One of the reasons this stock got beaten down, even though it was triple beating all throughout, just crazy, triple beating. Yes, they came in, obviously, but I mean they still beat on revenue, beat on guidance. This was obviously not a triple beat back in 23, but I mean all of these days, earnings were just triple beats. The stock would typically run up before earnings and then sell off, and it was a pattern. Obviously, we really broke out of that pattern last year. Stock ran up. We basically had a delayed reaction back in October, and then we basically pretty much broke out. And then we were up in January this year, pretty much Liberation Day crash, and then the stock has just been on an epic tear from the Liberation Day crash. But even the previous quarter, back in July, we ran up and we sold off. This earnings was a little different. We were pretty much consolidating the entire time frame, trading sideways, which is really good. If you notice in the RSI, we're not insanely oversold. Like we were very oversold last earnings back in July, and then we basically just kind of sold off a little bit. Our RSI right now isn't too bad. I mean, it is on the the upper portion, but I mean, we're not insanely overbought. Did I say oversold? I think I did. I meant overbought. We were overbought back in July. Overbought is tentacles are too high. You need a pullback. Oversold, it's too beaten down. You're going to go on a run. But this is the Keltner channel. I love using the Keltner channel on the daily time frame. It's so great. We have the capability of riding the upper Bollinger Band, and we could very well see that as long. And today is also Federal Reserve Day as well. FOMC. We're looking at a 25-point basis cut. Everything that Powell says going into next meeting, December, if he says, hey, we're going to cut another 25 basis point, market should rally. If he is very nervous, not really hawkish in the sense he says, hey, the economy isn't doing well, we need to cut 50 basis points, it's going to have a lot of fear. Because if our economy does go into a recession, SoFi is going to get hit. Can SoFi operate in a recession? I believe they can, and that's the reason why that I have tens of thousands of dollars invested into this company, because I believe that they can operate in a high stressed environment. I don't believe that the company is going to go belly up, go bankrupt, but the stock price is going to be affected. You can have a bad stock price. You can have a great company. We have a great company. We have a great stock price. But back in 2 years ago, we still had a great company and we had a terrible stock price. Buying opportunities all down here. Great company, executing, terrible stock price. Now we have a good stock price, great company. Economy gets hit, bad stock price, great company, great buying opportunities. We could very well pull back to this strong average over here of 24. It's a big support. We bounced off this support last 2 months ago, October 3rd, sell-off. I believe this is actually, let me turn off the Keltner channel. Go back to the traditional averages. 50-day moving average. So 50-day moving average was bounced off of, and we are so above the 50-day moving average. If we pull back to $26, $27, we're going to get a lot of buying pressure, a lot of buying momentum, because it seems that a lot of buyers are stepping in at the 50-day moving average. Me personally, I'm really done buying. I own a lot of shares. On my main account, I'm not looking to average up because my average is so low. On my Webull account, I will average up, but my buying area for averaging up on my Webull account would have to be in this sector, and this is what I personally would do. If we break the 100-day moving average and we're hitting the low 20s, and I mean, hey, if we go under 20, I personally would add to my Webull account. That's what I'm personally doing for my own strategies. You do you. Obviously, if we break the 200-day like we did back in April, Liberation Day, it's an insane buying opportunity. I was buying a lot of shares on my Webull account, my second account, which I showed you. And this is just a very strong buying opportunity for this stock. So where can we go based on these earnings? We can go into new territory. We have the momentum and we have the power. As long as this economy stays good, we can push up another 17, another 15% from earnings. So you're talking pretty much in this area of range. Yeah, I mean, is it possible to go into next earnings being a 35, 36, maybe close to $40 stock? It's possible if the economy holds up. Obviously, if the economy holds, gets a pullback, we could go into next earnings with it being down 15% of where we are right now. Would that be bad? No, it would actually be very bullish in my opinion. Because if the economy is going through a rough period over the next couple months where the Fed needs to cut rates quicker, or the government shutdown is influencing things, that's a whole separate video topic. But if we go into next earnings beaten down, and once again we get a triple beat, and then we start launching crypto, where this company is talking about this, and then they mention other partnerships on their tech platform, Galileo. I mean, it would just be insanely bullish to go into next earnings actually being like down a little. I'm looking at a very broader spectrum, and I'm looking to hold this position very long term, the next many years. So I'm looking not as a day trade, a swing trade. If you're looking for day trading, swing trading, me personally, I'm not doing it on this stock. You do you though. I actually ended up swing trading Palantir in the teens, the 15s and 16s. Sold in the 20s, bought back in the 20s, sold in the 30s. If I had just held shares in the teens, in the 20s, in the 30s, my gosh, that's life-changing money. I've lived and learned. Growth companies, in my opinion, you don't swing trade and you don't day trade, you invest. And this company is definitely one of those. But this may irritate a lot of people that are very bullish. it would be best for us to actually continue to consolidate in this range and then go into next earnings being a little bit beaten down, kind of hovering, kind of really resetting the 50-day moving average, not breaking the 100-day, but just kind of really chilling between the 50, chilling. Maybe we break the 50 and we consolidate. But, oh, man, if we go into next earnings even lower than where we are right now and we continue to triple beat, the stock is going to go parabolical, and we could very well double up in 2026. Yeah, double up in late 2026. Double up in the sense that we go up like 100% from here. That would be epic. But the growth rates on SoFi is just unbelievable. I believe their current growth rate right now is 36%. That's insane. Utterly insane. And this quarter could be the $1 billion quarter. They came in with an extra $60 million of revenue. So if they do surpass, because the estimate was, so if they beat again with 6%, 5%, 5% of 950 million, give or take, would be 45 million. So if they come in with 6% again, that's $1 billion. Just over $1 billion they're going to surpass. Estimate is 9. So this could be the $1 billion quarter. And if we do just hover in this area up until next earnings, we could see a major boom like upward. Phenomenal. If anything, on the daily chart, we could be forming a cup and handle. Very bullish, very bullish. So the daily time frame is looking very well. I know there's so many impatient bulls out there. You got to be patient with growth companies, because there's a lot of people that want this stock to double up, and I get it. I understand it. But if the stock doubles up right now, we got to rethink valuation, because why are they going up so massively? If they're going up like on FOMO and the valuation doesn't make sense, that's honestly when it's a good time to take profits, unfortunately. But if the stock price is going to double up over the next year because of growth and deals and everything, then it makes sense. So SoFi's earnings was absolutely epic. It didn't surprise me yesterday when we sold off. Right now we're looking at the 5-minute candlestick. On a 5-minute time frame, I like using EMA's estimated moving averages. Very different, about the same thing other than SMA's simple moving averages. You got the 9, 21, 48, 200, and then you got the VWAP here. Volume weighted average price. Take the VWAP off, and you basically pretty much see, as soon as market open, we got pushed down. It's manipulation. Probably a lot of people got scared. They ended up selling too, but then just the buying pressure happened. Buying all the way up, and we ended up green yesterday. Another new 52-week high for today, which is going to be great. So we can go ahead and mark this baby as a new 52-week high. 50 or all-time high. Actually, this is the all-time high. And also new 52-week high as well. All-time high. In my opinion, today is pretty nervousome about the Fed decision. I might make a video later on, just really quick. But yes, federal rate decision is today. We gotta see what Powell is basically going to say, what Powell's atmosphere is going to pretty much look like, going to pretty much be, and if everything turns out kosher and everything, he's pretty much neutral. We want our 25 basis point cut. If we get something more, it's going to bring a lot of questions to people. if he comes out and actually doesn't give us a cut today, we're going to sell off. That's going to suck. But really looking in December, we get another 25-point basis cut. We go ahead and get that, then we could regain the small percent that we're down for today, and we could break through that 32.55 for a new all-time high. Really quick, I'm on Stock Titan, not affiliated with them whatsoever, but just really wanted to pull it up yesterday. Yesterday's earnings report, phenomenal, like I said. Adjusted net revenue up 38%. That's crazy. EBITDA up 49%. Fee-based revenue up 50%. Member growth 35%. Crazy. Product growth 36%. Everything is just pointing to the upside. Like the phenomenal amount of upside. The amount of times that I use this website, I should get a subscription plan so these damn advertisements get moved. 50% from the previous year, and yeah, just everything. It just they are just growing. This is why so many people and institutions are funneling into this company. Unlike previous companies that have screwed me in the past, but it is what it is. All right, so I'm going to leave you all on this note. Tomorrow, I'll definitely post a video. Plus, I do want to make a 2018-2021 video as well. What do I really think? And what could really happen? Because you got to be prepared. If you are a SOFI stockholder, you have to be prepared if this stock goes down to the 20s. You got to have a game plan. My game plan is that if it goes down to the 20s, we're gonna be deploying capital, and yeah, we gotta, because you're talking about it goes down, like we basically give up a 3-month long gains. There's got to be something wrong in the economy that's pushing this stock down. If it's something geopolitical, something economy related, buying opportunity. The fundamentals of the company, I mean, they may change if we do go into a recession, but once we're out of that recession, fundamentals revert back to what they are going to be. All right, so please like this video, subscribe if you have not, and I'll see you on the next one. Later.